Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Rafaat, and this is Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. I just read your essay. You completed the independent writing practice test number 16, and let's take a look. So I read through the essay, and I gave you a score of 2.75 out of 5, or about 18 points out of 30. Now you have a good essay here. I like it. I like your organization. You've definitely answered the question, and when we look at the word count, you're at about 340 words. So you're looking for about 350, so you're very close to the word length requirement, but still there's some organizational issues, there's a few development issues, and then some grammar issues that you still need to work on, I think, to improve your essay a little bit more. Okay, so the question says, some students prefer to attend a small university, others prefer to attend a big university. Discuss the advantages of each, then indicate which type of university you prefer. Use specific reasons and details to support your answer. So your first paragraph, acting like a mirror to its society, the education process in every country, especially the modern and perfect universities. So here I'm going to put modern there. Now the problem here is you need a verb in this sentence. Every sentence has to have at least a subject and a verb in it. And this is the independent clause here, and this is where you need your verb. The problem, what do you want to do here? So your educational process, I'm going to say something like this. So you say, acting like a mirror to its society, the education process. I'm going to make this an adjective. It occurs before a noun. The educational process helps students to acquire more knowledge in every country, especially the modern and perfect universities. Even though some students prefer I'm going to just say prefer to. Prefer kind of means more. Even though some students prefer to attend a big university, I'm going to say to reach their goals. Others refute this by wishing to attend, I'm going to say to attend a small one. To me, I noticed, I'm going to just put the big university singular, or big universities are. I'm going to give you a better verb here. I'm going to change this to say after graduating. Now the good thing about your introduction, Rafaat, is you're doing exactly what the writing task is asking you to do. You're framing the debate about some like the large, others like the small school, and then you're stating what your opinion is. And then your paragraphs 2, 3, and 4 actually match that organization. So that's very, very strong organization on your part. I did make some minor changes. Now the only problem here is part of the organizational issue is, and I'm not even sure really what you need, is what you mean here is unique job. What does that mean? Are you saying that the job is better paying? It is a more exciting job, somehow more interesting? The word unique is not really, it's not clear exactly what that means. I know it means unusual, right? But the problem is, I'm going to your paragraph 4 here, and I'm not seeing a direct connection to this part of your thesis. I see how your paragraphs 2 and 3 relate to your thesis. Paragraph 2, for example, you're talking about how some like the large universities, and I see that in your thesis. I see paragraph 3, you say others like to attend small universities, and I see how that relates to your thesis. But then you say university offers a good chance to reach a unique job after graduating. You say in your 4th paragraph, the big university are the best for me because of the many benefits which are available there more than the small ones. Then you say good equipment and facilities. So I'm not finding the direct connection there. So you have to have a good connection. I talked to you about this on your last essay. You want to make sure that the topic sentences in your body paragraphs connect back to the different points in your thesis. Okay, we'll figure out how to work that in just a minute. Now instead of big, you can also say large, right? Large universities are you might say something like this. Some students prefer large universities because they are usually, I'm going to say, excellent I would say some students prefer large universities because they are usually excellent they maybe provide let's put this before the verb, because they usually provide excellent fields for doing and perfecting scientific research. You can never see these experiments. Now this is throwing me off a little bit. I'm not sure what you're saying. Are you saying here that you can't see these kinds of experiments in smaller universities? So I think that's what you might mean. These sort of experiments are far less common at smaller universities. And probably because you've made a fairly big idea here, you're now kind of forced to give a detail to support it. So this idea of doing and perfecting scientific research, this is something that you want to develop now. Now I know that you have the 340 words here, but still, when you make a general idea, you have to give a specific detail to support that idea, and you have made a pretty big claim here. At least the large universities has excellent fields for doing and perfecting research. You might say UCLA, has a world-famous medical school. So what we're doing now is giving an example to help support this idea that you're talking about these large experiments. For example, UCLA has a world-famous medical school which conducts extensive experiments designed to find cures for cancer and AIDS. See what we're doing here? See, this is where you're running into some trouble with this paragraph. Is in the middle of your paragraph, you have to be a scientist or better in your career is not an easy way, but that's a broad idea. That's in the body of your paragraph, the middle of the paragraph. You have to get more to your specifics. So you have to do a little bit better at moving, I think, from the beginning, the top of the paragraph, which is more of a generalization about something, to get it to the more what we call specific ideas. And that's what we tried to do here by putting this idea here. Then you say this example illustrates that to be a scientist although to be a scientist or better in a career is not easy, I'm going to say to prove themselves let's see, by being challenged in big universities. Let's end with in fact. Let's talk about the you for a minute. The you point of view, we have different points of view that we can use when we're writing. The I point of view focuses more on the writer. The you point of view focuses directly on the audience. You're talking to them directly, giving them direct instructions. Then you have the he, she, or it point of view, which focuses more on the content. I think the you point of view is not the right point of view for this type of writing. So I'm going to change this. This is kind of a grammatical issue. So large universities have many So you might say, in fact, large universities have many renowned respectable scientists that people know by name because, I'm going to say, of their far-reaching scientific research. Now, why do you think I said the idea of its far-reaching scientific research? Take a minute and think about that. You might want to pause the video. Why did I put that at the end? Okay, think about that and then think about what you did in the beginning. This is called circular framing. I kind of begin and end at the same part to connect the paragraph together. Okay, let's look at this paragraph one more time. You say, some students prefer large universities because they usually provide excellent fields for doing and perfecting scientific research. These types of experiments are far less common at smaller universities. For example, UCLA has a world-famous medical school which conducts extensive experiments designed to find cures for cancer and AIDS. The school gives grants, maybe I should say gets, or receives, or obtains, maybe. The school obtains grants from many donors and alumni, which allows its departments to fund the cancer and AIDS experiments. This example illustrates that although to be a scientist or better in a career is not easy, students are given opportunities to prove themselves by being challenged in big universities. In fact, large universities have many world-respectable scientists that people know by name because of their far-reaching scientific research. Now, I'm going to get rid of this particular sentence here. Now let me ask you, why am I going to get rid of it? This is what you have to do as a writer. You determine, you make choices. You think about things that you may keep or you may take out. This is all part of the revision process. You may want to pause the video before you get what I'm going to say. These types of experiments are far less common at small universities. So, to avoid having to make a comparison between large and small universities, and remember, you're already doing that. That's the whole purpose of paragraph 3, is to talk about smaller universities, right? So if you put this idea in this second line, it really forces you, really, in the rest of the paragraph to make the comparisons between what happens at a larger university as opposed to what happens at a smaller university. Now, I don't want my paragraph to have that purpose. So what do? I get rid of it. And I simply go to the example. This is where I think you can improve your writing a little bit, is getting to the specifics. I think this idea is a more specific idea of research. Research is a broad idea, but if you talk about cancer and AIDS research, that's a smaller idea of a larger concept. So I think you can make your paragraph a little bit more specific in that sense. I'm going to say others, students, want to attend a small university I'm going to say because they feel more at home. You, again, the you point of view is not working very well. You might say a student let's go with that third person, the plural here. So we have students, students who attend a small university with a student body of 3,000 to 5,000 will not feel strange because they can know, I'm going to say everyone easily. No, actually, let's do this. Let's take your adverb and put it between the helping verb and the main verb. That's a very popular place for adverbs. Even though if you want to say shy, I think shy means not outgoing. Now you use the word if in there. I think you might be wanting to say this, am I right? You can also say this, even if they are shy. Now if you put this, even if, I'm going to put the comma there. Normally when you're using adverb clauses at the end of sentences, you don't put the commas, but it's kind of optional. It's adding to the meaning of the sentence. So I'm trying to put the comma to show that this is what's called a non-restrictive element. So let's look at it again. You say, on the other hand, other students want to attend a small university because they feel more at home. students who attend a small university with a student body of 3,000 to 5,000 will not feel strange because they can easily know everyone even if they are shy. Now let me explain. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm going to say there's 30,000 students. I'll explain why I'm doing that, because I did say the university has 3,000 to 5,000, so I probably need to say that here also to keep it. When I say large university, I'm defining it that I consider 30,000 students. And also I'm putting commas in this case, because which has an enrollment of 30,000 students. This is an adjective clause. It's not really necessary to define UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, so it's optional. Again, it's a non-restrictive element. Okay, now here's my next question. What do you think I'm going to do now? You did make a general claim or an assertion, right? You're saying the person will not feel strange because they can know everyone easily, even if they are shy. I'm going to say, I'm just going to make up a university close to where I live. I attended never exceeded ten students. You see what I'm doing here? So this idea, the purpose of this example is to help support the idea of how I can know easily everyone. So again, we have a more specific idea to support a more general statement. For instance, last year, now wait a minute. Maybe it's probably better to not use your personal example here, because the purpose of paragraph 3 is to more objectively explain the benefits of a smaller university, right? So you might say last year a student attending the University of Redmond was a small school located in California. Found it very easy to make friends with both his classmates and his professor because his class has typically never exceeded 10 students. See, what I'm doing there is trying to maintain more of an objective tone. That's why I changed it from the I, from my own experience, more to someone else. Okay, sorry about that. Let's look at that paragraph one more time. On the other hand, other students want to attend a small university because they feel more at home. Students wish to attend a small university with a student body of 3,000 to 5,000. Change that to a participle because it's not the main verb, or I could say students who wish. Students wishing to attend a small university with a student body of 3,000 to 5,000 will not feel strange because they can easily know everyone even if they are shy. For example, last year a student attending the University of Redlands, a small school located in California, found it very easy to make friends with both his classmates and his professor because his classes typically never exceeded 10 students. So now we get the next idea with your essay. You have also, so you're adding, you can see when the campus is familiar and it is spread over, we might change this to a smaller geographical area. So and when I say geographical, I mean you're talking about the campus being located, you know, instead of say 25 acres, maybe 3 or 4 acres. Acres refers to a certain size of land on which the university is located, right? So you say also when the campus is familiar and it is spread over a smaller geographical area, students, I'm going to say, will not feel lost. I think this is what you want to say. As a result, the students will spend a lot less time walking to their classrooms and more time As a result, students will spend a lot less time walking to their classrooms and more time attending them and completing the required assignments. I think we got it. And this, I'm going to get rid of this. I think that's what you're trying to say there. You didn't quite say it. So let's take a look again. On the other hand, other students want to attend a small university because they feel more at home. Students wishing to attend a small university with a student body of 3,000 to 5,000 will not feel strange because they can easily know everyone even if they are shy. For instance, last year a student attending the University of Redlands, a small school located in California, found it very easy to make friends with both his classmates and his professor because his classes never typically exceeded 10 students. Also, when the campus is familiar and is spread over a smaller geographical area, students will not feel lost because they can easily and quickly locate, use not the past tense here, they can easily and quickly locate. We're using the base form of the verb here because we have can. They can easily and quickly locate the campus facilities such as classrooms, the library, and the sports arena, and so on. As a result, the students will spend a lot less time walking to their classrooms and more time attending class and completing required assignments. Now we get to your opinion. In my opinion, the big university, you have are, but you want to say is because it's singular, right? The big university is the best for me because of the many benefits which are available there more than those in the smaller ones. So when I say those, it refers to benefits. I could have said this: because of the many benefits which are available more than the benefits in the small ones. To find good equipment and facilities is helpful to be a successful I'm going to say to be successful upon graduation. Change it to that. So you're saying that after you graduate, you're going to be more successful if you have the good equipment and the good facilities will be helpful for you. Again, though, you make an idea here which is kind of a broader idea, and you're now forced to give a specific example to help illustrate this, which you didn't do. You have to imagine. You have to say, how about for example? I'm going to say case in point, which means for example. How about this? You might say, I think we have it. Okay, let's keep going here. In my opinion, the big university is the best for me because of the many benefits which are available there more than those in the small ones. To find good equipment and facilities is helpful to be successful upon graduation. Case in point, a pharmacy student who is able to make use of the lab equipment and the large research facilities in the library will have a much greater chance of getting a good job due to all the experience that he or she has learned. You have, even though in small universities Not you. No you. Most of the time you don't need the you point of view in academic writing, especially this type of writing. So even though in small universities students feel at home, in the big ones they will smell the success at every lecture See, I don't think this is going to work either, because you're talking about the good equipment and the facilities. We have to keep the paragraph unified, right? The smell of success. So this is what I'm going to do here. So I think we have it. So here you have, in my opinion, the big university is the best for me because of the many benefits which are available there more than those in the small ones. To find good equipment and facilities is helpful to be successful upon graduation. Case in point, a pharmacy student who is able to make use of the lab equipment in the large facilities, research facilities in the library, will have a much greater chance of getting a good job due to all the experience that he or she has learned. Even though in small universities, students feel at home, in the big ones, they will smell the success as they gain knowledge from using the excellent equipment and facilities the professors make use of as they teach. Okay, so finally, the universities have many chances to increase the ability to be in a good position in the future. How about the ability for students to be in a good position in the future, which cannot this is a grammatical error here. Let's get rid of that. Can not only, you say be here. I think you want to use, this is called a passive infinitive. It can not only be reflected in their culture, because we're saying students, now I think we got a parallel structure problem. Let's put not only before. Let's see. So the universities have many chances to increase the ability for students to be in a good position in the future, which can not only be reflected in their culture, I think I got it here. We get rid of this. Yes, now we have not only plus prepositional phrase. That's going to be even better with parallel structure, which can be reflected not only in their culture, but also in reaching their goals. I'm going to say some as in some. Whatever the case, some find the small university better than the big one, and others find the opposite is true for them. So you kind of end with your debate. Okay, so I think we're getting pretty close to the finish, the end of the editing for this particular essay. And remember, part of what you want to work on a little bit here is remember that the way that we layer information in writing is we start off with more generalizations, right? We start off with general statements. That's where we put our thesis. Then we have our topic sentences in those different paragraphs. But once we make a general statement about something, we need to go a little deeper and give a more specific example to support that. And that's where I think you can improve a little bit more. Now, I've taken your essay that was 340 words, I've made it a little bit bigger than it was. It's now too big. 531. It does not have to be that big. Right? So what would we do is you could get rid of, for example here, we don't need this second idea. We could definitely get rid of that, and that would cut it down quite a bit. Okay, let me do a spell check quickly, then we'll read the essay one more time. Make sure we haven't missed any grammatical errors. And by the way, I'll probably miss something by the end, and when I edit an essay live like this, I'm never going to be completely perfect, which means I will probably not find every single error that you've written, but I will edit a majority of them. So mirror needs to be changed to 2 R's, not 1. So let's change that. Knowledge, I'm changing the spelling on that one. Universities, change university again. Familiar, F-A-M, it should be I-L-I-A-R. Facilities, I forgot, looks like F-I-C-L-I-T-I-E-S, so let's change that. So we have knowledge, changing the spelling there. Okay, let's read it one more time. Acting like a mirror to its society, the educational process helps students to acquire more knowledge in every country, especially the modern and perfect universities. Even though some students prefer to attend a big university to reach their goals, others refute this by wishing to attend a small one. To me, I notice the big university offers a good chance to reach a unique job upon graduation. I'm going to get rid of I notice because I'm already too many words anyway. The big university offers a good chance to attend a unique job after graduation. Maybe you want to say, Maybe that might work better there. Hard to find job after graduating. Okay, let's go to your next paragraph. Some students prefer large universities because they usually provide excellent fields for doing and perfecting scientific research. For example, UCLA, which has an enrollment of 30,000 students, has a world-famous medical school which conducts extensive experiments designed to find cures for cancer and AIDS. The school obtains grants from many donors and alumni, which allows its departments to fund the cancer and AIDS experiments. This example illustrates that, although to be a scientist or better in a career is not easy, students are given opportunities to prove themselves by being challenged in big universities. In fact, large universities have many world-respectable scientists that people know by name because of their far-reaching scientific research. On the other hand, other students want to attend a small university because they feel more at home. Students wishing to attend a small university with a student body 3,000 to 5,000 will not feel strange because they can easily know everyone, even if they are shy. For instance, last year, a student attending the University of Redlands, a small school located in California, found it easy to make friends with both his classmates and his professor because his classes typically never exceeded 10 students. Also, when the campus is familiar and it is spread over a smaller geographical area, students will not feel lost because they can easily and quickly locate the campus facilities such as classrooms, the library, and the sports arena, and so on. As a result, the students will spend a lot less time walking to their classrooms and more time attending class and completing the required assignments. In my opinion, the big university is best for me because of the many benefits which are available there more than those in the smaller ones. To find good equipment and facilities is helpful to be successful upon graduation. Case in point, a pharmacy student who is able to make use of the lab equipment and the large research facilities in the library will have a much greater chance of getting a good job due to all the experience that he or she has learned. Even though in small universities, students feel at home, in the big ones, yeah, I think you should probably put commas here to separate the prepositional phrase there. Students feel at home in the big ones. They will smell the success as they gain knowledge from using the excellent equipment and facilities that professor makes use of as they teach their lessons. Finally, the universities have many chances to increase the ability for students to be in a good position in the future, which can be reflected not only in their culture, but also in reaching their high goals. Whatever the case, some find the small university, don't forget our be verb, is better than the big one, and others find the opposite is true for them. Alright, we got it. So I just edited and made some corrections with your independent writing practice test number 16. Yeah, independent writing practice test number 16 for my course. Let me go ahead and put this in here before I forget, so you know what grade you got, and I know which one I just corrected. Let me go ahead and put this in there. I'm going to put you at 18 here, and I think part of it is you need to get more specific in the examples you're using to support your generalizations. And you also had a few editing issues. Be careful about your subjects and your verbs and those kinds of things. And you're already doing what you need to do. You're spending time focusing on the grammar lesson number 7 in my online course, right? So you want to keep working in that area, and that will continue to help you eliminate some of the errors that you're making. So you will improve. Okay, I think that's it. Anyway, thank you for completing this practice test. Thank you for becoming one of my online students at my online TOEFL course. And as you always do, you paid for the additional service to have me error correct your independent writing practice test.